Hey y'all, forgive me if I'm treating you like a little bitch baby bitch, but what is the most important thing to making a story? Besides Noah Centineo? A beginning, a middle, and an end. Unfortunately, that end part is a little tricky. You see, you could make the creative argument the end is the most important part, but I'm a shareholder. Get the cow, daddy needs more milk. I'll give you a little example. You see, back in 2008, Marvel officially launched the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Of course, if you were a general, casual moviegoer, you were not aware of this. You just wanted to go and see what Robert Downey Jr. looked like when he wasn't on drugs. Or Saturday Night Live. I don't know which was worse. Did you know he was ranked the worst cast member of all time? There's no way that could be true in a world where Charles Rocket exists. I'm sorry. Fast forward 4 years. And yes, 4 different movie franchises were now crossing over in a giant global movie-going event. The early world building of the MCU was messy. We've already been through 2 Hulks, 2 roadies, and 2 unbleached eyebrows, but overall, it worked. The Avengers itself is a fun popcorn flick, and before too long, general moviegoers themselves were pretty invested in this shit too. I know elderly men that went to see a movie with a talking raccoon. But I'm the weirdo because I like School Rumble. It's not the girls. I am not attracted to the anime girls. It's funny. It's charming. You see, Harima really likes Tenma, and he's a big, gruff, tough guy at school, and nobody thinks Harima likes anybody, but he likes Tenma. But Tenma is attracted to the shy guy, and it's funny. It's a clever show. It's not the anime girl. It's not. After 22 films, the MCU culminated in a sincerely excellent finale with surprises, action, and emotion. Marvel Studios and their parent company Disney had actually pulled off an amazing film that succeeded in paying off almost the entirety of this anthology. Spoilers. You've had several years, including beautiful send-offs to the MCU's biggest stars. Tony Stark bites the dust, Steve Rogers evolves into President Joe Biden, thus signaling the end of their involvement in the series. Right? I always knew that a full reboot of the MCU was impossible. Corporately, Disney had just made a huge deal with Sony to infuse Spider-Man into the MCU itself, and there were still several unresolved threads in series like Black Panther and Guardians of the Galaxy. That's fine. Just keep it going at a smooth pace, and we'll be fine. What's that? What's that? Am I hearing you right? Do I gotta get my ears checked? Disney's launching a streaming service. Nice. This means we're probably gonna get an MCU TV show, right? Or 17. There no longer exists a casual MCU fan. Oh, you haven't seen the animated spin-off Eyes of Wakanda? Psst, Dora the Explorer is over there, buddy. Needless to say, interest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe has waned significantly since Endgame, and they needed a strategy to suck people back in.
Hey, Victor Von Doom.
God damn it. Indeed, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans will both be returning in Doomsday later this year. So, like, are these guys just gonna keep doing this forever? Was Avengers Endgame advertised as the final Avengers movie? We all knew that was bullshit, by the way. Ever meant to be the end of anything? I guess it's the end of Thanos. Although, given some of the other decisions Disney's made, I don't even trust that to be the case. Maybe the endgame is the friends we made along the way. Maybe I need a shot of tequila. Who knows? Disney is notorious in general for this shit. Back in 2012, Disney bought Star Wars from George Lucas. Immediately greenlit a new trilogy without any plan in place. Genius. No notes. And that trilogy is now liked even less than the prequel trilogy. Add in a metric bumfuck of nonsense spin-offs and congrats. People don't care about Star Wars anymore either. Part of me feels like Disney may be the worst offender of this, but hardly the only offender. For me, I feel like the modern progenitor of this sickness of going on for far too long, never ending, is...
Are you ready, kids?
Level with me for a second. I think the first 3 seasons of Spongebob may be the greatest run of 15-minute slapstick cartoons ever in the history of television. A beautiful cornucopia of silliness wrapped in a bow of insanely clever writing most of its peers could only dream of matching.
Don't be intimidated, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear. Oh no, he's hot!
Try to get an AI to write that. After production wrapped on season 3 of SpongeBob, series creator Steven Hillenburg created a feature film that was meant to serve as the finale to the series. But Nickelodeon said,
Money!
They proceeded to make a season 4 anyway. And 5. And 6. And were they good? No, they weren't. This behind me is The Splinter. This is maybe the worst 12 minutes of television I've ever watched. In this episode, SpongeBob gets a splinter, and it's fucking disgusting, and you have to see how disgusting it is. Over and over again. In graphic detail. They really captured the magic. I'm not exaggerating. I think this episode's production staff deserves its own Nuremberg trials. Now, to be fair, I've heard more recent SpongeBob seasons are better. Am I going to watch them? No. I am 30 years old. I have adult things to watch. Like School Rumble. It's hardly just cartoons that face these kind of development issues on television. Back in 2005, there was no Netflix. Well, there was, but they sent DVDs to your house. DVDs are these little flying saucers that you put in your PlayStation to play a movie. A PlayStation is, instead of Netflix, all of the biggest TV shows were on the 4 major networks: NBC, CBS, Fox, ABC. Circa 2005, one of these networks, CBS, had a major problem. Everyone who watches our shit is old. Shocker, the youngins don't watch The Price is Right. Maybe if you could do a swipe right on Drew Carey, huh? Then the kids would watch. That's a Tinder joke. The demons. The demons haunt my nightmares every night. I can hear them call out to me. Pedro? Pedro! In 2005, CBS finally found their golden goose. A show that was a little too hip for Grandpa.
Tell people what? Tell people what? Tell people what? Tell people what? Tell people... There's a black Nissan Stanza in the parking lot with its lights on. Tell people what?
Look, it's better than The Splinter. I don't know what you want from me. You know, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Baby Got Matt. 8/7 Central on CBS. How I Met Your Mother was actually an interesting show. A sitcom with a sense of lore and mystery built in from the ground floor. You see, Ted is telling the story of how he met his kid's mom. But we don't know who the fuck that is. So we follow him as he dates and fucks. But he has one hang-up. Robin. The entire pilot of the show is basically a fake-out. Ted spends the entire episode obsessing over Robin, telling his kids how much he was immediately in love with her and how much he wanted to have sex with her. You know, normal things that you say to your kids. You see, the creators knew from the very beginning how they wanted to end this show. Spoilers again. Fast forward, Ted's wife is actually dead. She has the opposite of plot armor. And this whole story that in-universe Ted has been telling to his kids was a pitch to ask his kids if he could now date Robin. It is a great finale to the pilot. But unfortunately, there were 9 seasons of plot in between. When you have 9 seasons of material to fill, it makes sense that you would manufacture romance between Robin and another major character. It makes sense that you'd have to have an entire subplot about Ted getting over Robin. And it makes sense that Robin and Barney would get married. But maybe you have to change with your story. It seems like the creators planned for every contingency except what actually happened. That CBS would rely on this show to bring in their non-retirement home constituency and have it go on for about 5 seasons too long. I actually have a lot of respect for this show, for taking a big swing and not just doing a boring, regular-ass sitcom ending. Oh, the Friends finale is so perfect. Everything that I wanted to happen, happened. Maybe you just should have had Wattpad write the ending. But I can't help but feel maybe this show would have been a little better in the streaming era when you didn't need 250 episodes to make a complete show. And then maybe it wouldn't have been made with a shitty laugh track either. Even The Big Bang Theory had a real audience. Come on, guys. If I may, though, And there remains no more personally insulting case of running a franchise into the ground than... Oh boy. Here we go. Before legendary video game developer Naughty Dog made games about grown men with trauma, they created a cartoony, platforming mascot named Crash Bandicoot. You may not know it if you are my target audience of 14-year-olds, but Crash used to be a big-ass deal. Pizza Hut promotion. Unofficial PlayStation mascot. This motherfucker was the first Western game to ever sell 1 million copies in Japan. I don't know if you've ever heard of Q-Score, but it's this thing that like tracks the broad recognition of brands and mascots across time. Yeah, in 1999, Crash Bandicoot got a higher Q-Score than Super Mario. Now he probably ranks under that fucker from Jollibee. Why? Well, PlayStation never owned Crash. You see, when Naughty Dog moved on to the PS2, they decided to make a new IP called Jak and Daxter that was cool and slick and culturally ambiguous. Kind of like Keanu Reeves. So what happened to Crash? Easy. Annual releases from a hodgepodge of random-ass developers that made M&M video games before or whatever. You've never seen so many Metacritic 60s in your life. Eventually, making Crash 3 ripoffs over and over and over again just wasn't bringing home the bacon. So they did this shit.
A new hot.
Crash, help me get this gizmo working. Hey, that was a good one.
They just fucking completely changed everything. One of the most popular gaming IPs of the 90s, and they just went and slapped fucking tribal tattoos on him. And probably a swastika under his jorts. In the original games, you fight a giant mutated tiger named Tiny. This is him. Pretty rad, right? This is him, and this is not a joke. This is him in Crash the Titans.
Crash, I really am cross with you. I'm just trying to do my job, and you go and cause all this chaos. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to eat your fate.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. The demons are still talking to me. My name hasn't been Pedro in a long time. My name is Gus. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your franchise is to take a break, to go back to the drawing board, or just let it fucking end. Every single year for the longest time, Call of Duty dominated the video game sales charts. A literal cash cow. Well, a few years and a lot of fatigue later, the last Call of Duty game lost to fucking Monster Hunter. Just some literal dumb Japanese shit, not like School Rumble. I like it because it's funny. It has nothing to do, it's fun. Meanwhile, later this year, Grand Theft Auto 6 will release. After a 14-year break, Rockstar has allowed hype and anticipation to build up, and lo and behold, it's on track to become the biggest entertainment release of all time. So, the next time there's a 3-month gap in Baby Got Matt video releases, you need to understand it's about the quality, not the quantity. It's about the quality. These take time to get right. I'm just not letting franchise fatigue set in. I'm doing it to maintain the highest quality possible. Just look. This... It's funny! I watch it for the plot! Before legendary video game developer Naughty Dog made grown games about men... What the fuck? Did I just, like, have a stroke?